I was warning for months ahead has just happened. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 just fragged back at Battlefield 6.
1K plus views in 24 hours. Congratulations, by the way. Got mentioned by Jack Frags, Tactical Brit, Garbit, and others. The mode was purely gameplay, wave-based survival, mystery box mechanics, perk systems, all generic game design concepts that exist in hundreds of games. Then EA sent me this. To paraphrase this message, we have disabled the Portal experience you created after receiving an intellectual property notice from Activision Publishing, Inc. I started digging into whether Activision actually enforces this stuff consistently. Turns out they don't at all. Before I get to the next part, I'm sure you guys have heard of some things getting taken down from...
So let me just explain what happened. So on the launch of Battlefield 6 devs had an idea to add a portal mode, a similar mode to what Fortnite has, adding custom maps. Now, Call of Duty has been under a lot of pressure that month, and a lot of these players, who have been playing Call of Duty for a long time, have decided to move on to Battlefield 6. They have added their own custom maps on day one of them being Shipment 24/7. Now, a lot of these portal modes, these custom maps, maybe if you played ever Fortnite, you probably saw, could be a great idea for Battlefield 6, but unfortunately the engine does not work well, and all they were used for is XP farming. That's right. What ended up happening is most of the people and streamers started to play Call of Duty maps. Now, I made a mistake that this is going to be a huge error, and that this is going to get removed. And I was right here. I was completely right. They did actually clap back. So Activision did clap back at Battlefield 6 and told them, hey, what the heck? Why are these people using our maps? And again, they haven't even done that in other games, but when it's a competitor, this is a big problem. So for example, if a Call of Duty map was made in Minecraft, that's not of any error. But when we are having such big problems overall in the COD right now with so much pressure, guess how Call of Duty must have felt when they saw their patented, copyrighted maps on Battlefield 6. And this is a multi-billion-dollar business we're talking about. This is not a small industry. Call of Duty is making billions of dollars every single year, and they weren't going to let this slide.
Black Ops 3 Steam Workshop, and I'll show a screenshot of this. It's still up. It's still up to this day. Literal Battlefield 4 weapons ported into COD, still on Steam Workshop right now. No takedown from EA. Counter-Strike's Dust 2 and COD Zombies. This is where it gets interesting. Multiple versions across BO3 and World at War. Direct recreations of Valve's iconic map. Activision allows it. Halo weapons and maps in Black Ops 3. Microsoft's IP freely used in COD custom content. This is before the buyout, of course. No enforcement. Hundreds of COD Zombies modes in other games. Gary's Mod. 15 plus years of COD Zombies content. Roblox. Games with millions of players. Fortnite Creative. COD map recreations with codes. Minecraft. Countless COD Zombies recreations. All of them are still up. The real reason they took this down, this isn't about copyright. This is about competitive damage control.
So yeah, Blame the Truth is basically saying, well, there is a lot of games where Call of Duty is gonna have that, there's gonna be items in different Battlefield-like items in Call of Duty games and such as that, but the real truth here is that these maps were played by probably lots of streamers, thousands of viewers, thousands of players. They were used for XP farms, again. And this is at the most critical era. And I'm not too sure why Battlefield 6 didn't close them down day one. I feel like this was a big error. People are asking now, like, game is good as dead. Black Ops will be the best COD of all time. Again, what is the point of Portal then? Simple workaround, call it another name. So a lot of people are changing their minds as soon as Call of Duty released all their updates. So basically, if you wanted to have some fun remaking Shipment or Halo map, EA's like, not in my house, kind of kills the creative juice in Portal. I don't understand why, EA would even allow this at this point. This is a huge copyright issue. Imagine you making a painting and then, someone just copies it and calls it their own, but adding some reiteration. That's not fair use because these maps are patented. Again, what these maps are designed for is so you play along as possible. Now, the map wasn't perfectly designed. It was tried to recreate that, and everybody was using a ladder on those shipments. But it creates a very clear issue for COD.
It's a fucking shipment. I'm playing Call of Duty on Battlefield. This is the first thing I'm doing? What?
Streamer Dr. Disrespect plays a Call of Duty map in Battlefield 6 for the first time.
Hover over a server. Hold on, no. Okay, hover over. Press X to experience info. Join server. Oh, here we are. We're in! We're in! We're in! I just clicked on the sniper and it didn't give it to me? What fucking map is this? It's a fucking shipment. I'm playing Call of Duty on Battlefield. This is the first thing I'm doing? What? I'm playing Shipment on fucking this is what I'm playing?
Dr. Disrespect, who watched my video 5 years ago, has actually tried the new map, and it looks absolutely the worst map I have ever seen. Unfortunately, the engines that, make Call of Duty maps good do not support Battlefield 6 maps. So yeah, that is something that Battlefield 6 tried to design, imitating Portal mode and actually doing something like Fortnite, but this is a completely different matter, and you have to be really careful what you put on there because copyright issues in Europe and US are huge. It's a billion-dollar industry, and when your competitor puts in a random map, or at least doesn't even make sure that these maps will be out there, and I definitely think the devs saw it at this point. I definitely think so. They were even talking about it, and they were sharing on it on their official Twitter. So yeah, of course, Call of Duty is going to have issue with that. They were saying, oh, somebody already recreated a Black Ops 7 and Black Ops 6 map here. Wow. I mean, like, what were you expecting at this point, right? And it just shows that right now, Battlefield is under a lot of trouble. A lot of things, yes, you can take from other games, but you have to put something original to it, and I think this wasn't really the plan. Like, they were expecting, my guess, again, allegedly, my guess is that they're gonna have people out there playing the game at that point, and because a lot of people have left Black Ops 7, so about 26% of people who played beta for Battlefield 6 didn't play Black Ops that month, or Call of Duty in general. So I'm guessing they wanted to make like a safe environment for them when they come to, or Battlefield 6 are moving back to Call of Duty at this point. Like, so many streamers have said, I'm never touching Call of Duty again, but now they're seeing the viewership decline. And it seems like it's going same pattern for Battlefield 6, with the Battle Royale, in my opinion, not going to be anything special. I really didn't see anything that would, blow me out of the water, because Battlefield 6 is only going to come out, or its sequel, every 4 years, while Call of Duty can release every year, and that's a big difference. For anyone saying that this is just, special treatment to Battlefield 6 for them being competitors, no. This has actually happened before in other games. So, for example, beyond that, Battlefield and Call of Duty have always circled each other like rival bands on the same stage, but this year rivalry has hit full volume, with both games just launching a month apart. Even without direct copyright concerns, it makes sense that EA would want to avoid another high-profile clash over IPUs, especially another online shooter. Fortnite has already faced scrutiny for its fan-made Nuketown remakes. So again, Nuketown remakes and all of these maps, they are generating dopamine, which means generating revenue for Call of Duty. It is very clear that Call of Duty is going to protect its revenue share for the time being, that Battlefield 6 is trying to enter into it. But I definitely think this has been a very big thing that's been underreported. Nobody has talked about this, but I did on this channel. And if that's something you want to be updated with, smash that like button.